Welcome to the NWA 2 form. In NWA 2, we're going to incorporate upset strikes. So, for example, a knife hand strike is normally from here, from your ear, all the way out, and you start in and you rotate out. Now we're going to do an upset knife hand strike. The difference between a regular strike and an upset strike, in my mind, is to turn it upside down. So instead of a knife hand strike, the ending position of an upset knife hand will end upside down. So a knife hand strike looks like this, whereas an upset knife hand will look like this. You're still hitting with the same part of your hand, but from here, and then instead here. You're still striking with the same side of your hand. Another example of this would be an upset ridge hand strike. You're used to a starting palm up and then rotating palm down, still hitting with this side of your hand, but in NWA 2 we're going to do an upset ridge hand. So it'll start here and twist up. The striking surface is still this side of your hand. One more example in NWA 2 would be an upset punch. Normally our punch ends palm down, but in this form we're going to start palm down and end palm up. Again, making it upside down to what you're used to. Your right leg is going to be the first leg to move, so that's the leg that steps out into Jimmy Ready position. This time we're going to look over to the right, and our right leg is going to step into a big front stance. We're going to start with a low X block. Remember, whatever leg is in the front, that same side arm is going to go on the top for our low X block. Here's a new technique for us. We're going to do a twin upset punch. So your palms are going to be down because every technique has a rotation. You're going to bring it up and then rotate. So together it looks like low X block, twin upset punch. From here, you're going to step with the back leg and kick with the front. Remember, we never step and kick with the same leg. So we're going to step in a parallel stance. Don't step together or it'll mess up the line of your form. Step with one, kick with the other, land in a front stance. Back arm is going to do an upward elbow. And remember, there's rotation. So this arm starts down and you're going to rotate up. From here, now the other arm gets a turn to go straight out into a punch. Now we're going to do a slight adjustment to make sure our line stays true going this way. We're going to bring our front foot over and our back arm is going to be down. This is the only form where our upset ridge hand is a block and not a strike. So in this form, the upset ridge hand is going to come from the bottom because blocks are on the bottom. So my arm is down, palm is down. Left leg is going to now become my front leg in a middle stance. I perform the upset ridge hand block. And remember, I want my thumb all the way over to my pinky because this is the area we're striking with. Upset ridge hand block, and then that arm comes all the way to my ear for a knife hand low block. Now I'm going to do a hook kick, round kick combination. I step with one leg and I kick with the front leg. So I step with the right, kick with the left, landing in a middle stance. So from here, that left arm is going to come back of my fist on my ear for a back fist, and then a knife hand strike. The way I remember it is 2 blocks, 2 kicks, 2 strikes. 2, 2, and 2. Now you've done the first quarter of your form, you're going to do the second quarter of your form, which is nearly the exact same as the first quarter, but it's performed on the opposite side of the body. So I'm going to start with a double step. I step with my right, and then I step with my left. Remember to never step twice with the same leg. So I step together, step out, I'm doing a low X block. Now my left leg is in the front, so my left arm will be on the top. Low X block. Don't forget the rotation of my twin upset punch. Palms are down. Twin upset punch. Now I'm going to do a jump front kick. I step with the back and I kick with the front. So I step in a parallel stance. Don't step with your toes together or you'll mess up the line of your form. Step with the right, kick with the left, and the kicking leg lands in the front. Now my back arm gets a turn, and then my front arm gets a turn. And don't forget about the rotation. Palm is down to rotate up, and the front arm does a punch. Now we're going to do the same exact line that we did earlier, but we're going to make a slight adjustment to stay true to our line of our form. So my front leg steps over, and my back leg steps out into a middle stance. While I'm doing that, remember in this form, the upset ridge hand is a block and not a strike. So my back arm is on the bottom for blocks on bottom. Palm is down for the rotation. I adjust over and I step out, upset ridge hand block. And remember, we want the thumb all the way over to our pinky. We don't want it over here because this is the striking surface of your hand. Upset ridge hand block, bring it on the top for a knife hand low block. Step with one, kick with the other for a hook kick, round kick. And then land in a middle stance, hug tight, back of the fist on your ear for a back fist, and then hug tight for a knife hand strike. Here's the halfway mark of the form, and now the second half of the form is going to repeat itself similar to the first half of the form. Now we're going to enter the second half of In-Wa-Tu. My right leg is going to stay put, and my left leg will come to my right leg. So just like this, I'm going to step together, left arm on the top, and I'm going to turn knife hand low block with my left arm. I'm going to do a number 1 side kick. Remember, a number 1 side kick is done with the front leg. So I just lift and kick, land, and now I'm going to do a number 3 hook kick. A number 3 kick is where I step with the back leg and kick with the front leg. So I step with the right, kick with the left. Landing in a back stance, whatever leg is in the back, that same side arm is going to reach back. Don't forget, every hand technique has rotation. So this arm starts palm down, this one is in towards you, and as I come out, I rotate. From here, my back shoulder is the shoulder I'm going to turn on. My back leg that's in the back right now becomes the front leg. As I turn, right leg becomes the front leg, and I perform a knife hand square block. Very similar to a regular square block, but now I just have my arms opened. From here, both arms are going to get a turn, starting with my left arm, my top arm, and then my right arm, which is the arm in the front. I'm going to hit with this knife hand side, but it's an upset knife hand. Upset knife hand, and then the other arm is going to do a punch. Now both arms get a turn for this next strike. I'm going to do a head grab. Both arms come to my power pockets. I adjust from a back stance into a front stance as I perform the neck grab. Remember to grab at your neck level, not higher, not lower. Keep your hands steady as you do a knee strike, land down with the left, and then you're going to step through with the right. Remember, when you land with the left, you're going to hug tight, and your right arm is on the bottom, left arm is on the top. As I step into a middle stance, I'm going to do a side high-low block. A side high-low block is just an inner forearm block with the bottom arm, a low block with the top arm, but you do it together. So as you hug and you step, side high-low block, and your eyes should be over your low block side. Now you've reached the 3/4 mark of your form. The last quarter of your form is very similar to the quarter that you just did, from the halfway mark to the 3/4 mark. It's just going to be performed on the opposite side of your body. So remember, the hand that's high, right, in this case it's my right arm, is actually going to end low. So I start high and I end low on this next move. My right arm comes to my ear, but my left leg is going to come to my right leg. I hug, knife hand low block. Now my front leg is going to do a number 1 side kick, land, and I'm going to do a number 3 hook kick. Remember, I step with the back and kick with the front. Step with the left, kick with the right, landing in a back stance. Whatever leg is in the back, that same side arm is going to reach. Don't forget about the rotation. Palm down, palm up, rotate at the last second. Now I'm going to make the final turn of my form. My left leg, which is my back leg, is going to become my front leg. So from here, the arm that's out comes into my power pocket. The arm that is already by my chest is going to come a little higher. So all together, it's going to step into a square block and do a back stance as well. My right arm is going to do an upset knife hand, and then my left arm will do a punch. Remember, on our upset knife hand, we're still hitting with this part of our hand. Instead of palm down, it's going to be upside down, making it an upset knife hand. So from here, my right arm is going to strike, and then my left arm is going to strike. Now both arms get a turn, and I switch from a back stance into a front stance. Starting position, grab at your neck level. Back knee does a knee strike, it lands, I hug tight, and now my left leg steps through into a middle stance, and I perform a side high-low block. Now remember, at the beginning of the form, my right leg stepped out, so my right leg will step back to Jumi ready position to finish In-Wa-Tu.